welcome to this week's Lounge 1879 podcast. I'm introducing this week because we lost last week, so it's all Nicko's fault. So obviously I'm chairman and current first team cricketer, only just. And this is Ryan Nixon, the first team captain.
Hello.
Current first team captain.
Depends.
Until his checks come back. We'll say no more about that.
Yeah.
But obviously the same relaxed sort of setup as we always do.
Yeah.
Nice and chilled. We're not trying to be anybody else other than ourselves.
No.
So let's crack on.
Let's crack on and get about it. Last week at Dinting, mixture.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start with the big one.
Local derby.
Yeah, I don't know. It's developed from a local derby. It never used to be, but obviously it probably is in terms of like distance and also competition and level of teams and clubs. Generally, a really good game. We weren't at the races.
No. Well, should we have a look through? Because good old internet. So
we won the toss, battered, didn't we? Well, you won the toss.
Well, we'll have a conversation about said toss because I was the only one looking.
Yeah, I think we discussed this in the winter, didn't we? And we just said we're going to, amongst the senior cricketers, it's important that the captain doesn't just go out there on a whim. Not anything's happened in the past, but I think it's important that senior cricketers because if you get the buy-in of your senior, first team in general, and I mean the consensus was that it's probably a good toss to lose.
Yeah,
it was one of them. I don't think the wicket would have changed massively. No. But my feeling is at Old Glossop, and it was on Saturday, if you get a score, then you usually can defend it a little bit better than. But you've got to get a score.
Yes,
and we didn't ultimately.
Well, I was just looking then. 124 in 39.5 overs.
Yeah, it's criminal we didn't bat our overs for a start because there's 25 runs out there that we left, which could have been the difference, but still it would have been a low target. But with our bowling attack, we would have had a better chance.
Bit of a theme: 27 for 1 becomes 45 for 4.
Yep,
and then. Biggish partnership, 113 for 5 was the next wicket of Pewey.
Pewey and Jimmy batted really well. Batted reservedly, probably away from their natural games. Took a couple of chances.
Our good mate Jamie wouldn't say Pewey batted very
well. No, Jamie disagrees.
Yeah.
But the 3 catches we had on the balcony at Old Glossop would tell you otherwise. So yeah, they batted really well, but then one of them, I know we can't blame them, but one of them's got to go on. Pew is fantastic, so destructive, and so proud of him the way he's come through the early days of his career. But be all then, one of them's got to go on and get a score. And 30s and 40s don't win cricket games.
Wasn't crash bang wallop 38 off 52.
No, by no means. He was destructive when it needed to be. Picked his ball when it needed to be.
Yeah,
and I think. From what I understand, the plan was that he went and Jimmy hung around, but as it happened, he went at 6 and then was out next ball, and Jimmy was out a couple of overs later. So we're back to square one, but still back to square one. We still had a decent total, and we still had batting in the 10th.
Yeah,
and we didn't capitalise. We just fell away. So a couple of good catches, and Ellis bowled really well. To be fair. It's generally been an opening bowler, but I've always said this. I mean, I've known Ellis for a long time. He played up here a number of years ago, and I always said the way he bowls. I mean, he might get whacked here and there, but as a deft bowler, I think he takes the pace off well and he hits the right areas of the pitch. So fair play to Ellis and fair play to Old Glossop. The bowlers out. We didn't get enough runs.
But the feature of that was top order collapse.
Yep, middle.
Middle order, okay. And then to go 5 wickets for 9 runs.
Yeah, it's poor. It's
pretty
poor.
terrible.
With
11 runs, sorry. 11 runs.
with our batting order, it's not very good.
No.
In short, and that's being kind.
Losing Pewit at 130 and then Jimmy 113.
Yeah, always
116 is going to be hard work.
Yeah, because the recovery's got to start again, but you've not got time to fully recover.
No.
And I just think we just showed a bit naivety in the recovery there. But listen, we dusted ourselves down, hopefully. The second innings was a weird one.
Yes.
We had so many. I've never seen balls landing gaps so many. I mean, you can stand up here, balls landing gaps, because it's a big park, but all Gloucester, it's a smallish park. And every gap, the Aussie batted well.
Yeah.
I thought it was unfortunate not to have him twice, an LBW and a caught behind that weren't given out, which is fine, you deal with that. But he squirted some through the gaps between gully and point, and listen, he batted well, and I think he's going to be a real player on a flat, hard deck. He's going to be a right player, because he's got a lovely swing of the bat, fast hands.
Especially if there's no lateral movement at all, he's going to have a very easy day.
My advice to teams who are bowling at him, get him early, otherwise he's going to get a load.
Yeah.
Especially these wickets are
very structured, very patient. So 61 off 63 in the end, but I think towards the end of the innings we kind of gave him. He probably upped his strike rate very quickly.
He started slowly, didn't he? Probably his last 20 runs came in 10 balls, maybe. Yeah. Which he had the license to do. Impressed with there, Sri Lankan fella. Useful looking bowler, balls really flat off spin.
Suspect, a little bit suspect. We're not going into that.
We won't go into that. I'm not into biomechanics of cricket bowling actions, but
Mullerifian-esque.
Yeah, for me, suspect yes, but he probably keeps that bent elbow and wrist all the way through his action, which is legal. But listen, without a video analysis of biomechanics, but listen, it's good to see good cricket's coming to this league.
Yes, it is,
and it's a good challenge. On there, it was a bit dusty, a bit slow, a bit low, so it'll suit him perfectly up there.
Absolutely. Came in and got a quick fire 20.
Yeah.
Held his back post to Riley.
The post hit the Riley for 6 just after I just dropped him at the slip, which probably didn't go down very well. I don't think he's still not spoken to me, Riley, yet. He's out there. He's still chunnering under his breath. He's shaved his tash off in protest. He's gone the whole hog, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah. So
he turned into that on Saturday. I think that's probably what's cost him his firepower on Saturday, wasn't it? But he was drastically unlucky as well. And every half chance went the wrong way. I think
on another day he could have had 6 for him and have rolled them, but it wasn't to be. That's cricket, so we move on. We know what we've done wrong, and we'll hopefully put it right this week.
Speaking of moving on, let's move on. Sunday, we start with the under-11s as they hosted Hazel Grove.
Yeah, I was up here nice and early after a couple of beers Saturday night. It was delighted to be here, honestly. So under-11s, very young under-11 side. I mean, even my Finn, who's a more experienced cricketer, who's 9. He's not the youngest, and there's some good cricketers in there, and it's a good game. Hazel Grove Bees it was, I believe. I didn't know this at the time.
They're called under-11 Hogs.
Hogs.
That's to do with a pig in there. I don't know what that is. I want to find out about that.
We'll ask Ian Alford will know on Sunday. We're going to ask him. But yeah, a good performance. Listen, a good evenly matched game of cricket. We came out on top. It was a decent performance.
Any notables that you know of? Or?
Well, Finn, I don't like bigging my son up, but Finn hit a 6.
Off Esme.
Off Esme. And his celebration was a turn round and
his bat in the air. Yeah, that's good.
So
luckily you didn't spot that, because I think you might have said something to celebrating a 6.
Basically, I'm going to do that on Saturday if I hit one off the square.
Not many wickets.
No. Listen, without being detrimental to either side, bowling full and straight was the key, and there was some full and straight, and the full and straight bowling generally got wickets. I think think got a couple. I think Ryan Clark might have got one or two. But listen, kids are playing cricket, and that's what you want at the end of the day. We're facilitating that as a club, and Hazel Grove and the league as well. So it's good.
Finn, George Taylor, Lily Camp, and Lois got the 4 wickets.
Yeah, Lois on debut as well. Great to see. Well, I think she played a couple of overs at Timpson, so they let her have the extra player like they do sometimes. So give her a bit of confidence, and she played on Sunday and picked up a wicket. So very good to see.
And Finn and Gabe showcases. Gabe 22.
Gabe's
not out.
Decent little cricketer. Gabe, so powerful from a twisty waist action with a bat. But yeah, great to see that. And you'll notice that we're drinking out of plastics tonight. That's because
sorry to our sponsors, Madry.
Yeah. Out there is roughly 90 to 100 children, parents. It's the first night of the All-Stars and Dynamos, which hopefully is the first step in the cricket journey for not necessarily this club, but cricketers, because that's what we're all here for. So the conveyor belt starts again for 8 weeks, and hopefully these All-Stars Dynamos will be the under 9, under 11.
Club, don't they? Yeah,
you hope so. That's the plan, so I can retire.
Yeah, so good win for the under 11s by 36 runs.
Yep,
which is always positive to see. Sunday afternoon, we waited around.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Yeah.
So 1:45.
Yeah, we got a message.
Where are you?
We got a message. Well, Alfie messaged the group, didn't he? And said they've conceded. It says conceded on Play Cricket. So I just said, well, I was scoring the under 11s game in the morning, and said, well, Play Cricket was playing up, so we just assumed it was that. But apparently, Stainsby Hall have never entered the competition,
which you have to confirm via email.
Yeah, and
also subscribe to the Village Cricketer, don't you?
Yeah. You confirm your entrance by email in late Feb, early March. Pay £50 subscription to the Village Cricket magazine.
Yeah.
But apart from that, they didn't know about it.
No, they didn't know nothing about it, which is sad because, sad and not sad because saves our bodies for another week.
I think we were grateful in the end, but look at the bigger picture. Coops had travelled over. He's our umpire for the Village Cup. He's out of pocket. The club was probably down between £1,000 and £2,000, somewhere between them.
It's a good job we didn't make an event of it. Let's say that, because it could have cost a lot of money perishably, which is not good. But we move on to the next round, and we'll talk about that in next week's section. Move on to Monday night. Luckily, the rain didn't affect it.
Listen, I'm losing track of days. This is my 25th consecutive day at some form of cricket club or event.
It's a good job you love it, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. Listen, it is because of the involvement in the club and my kids' involvement, and also managing and helping out. So Monday night was the 13s.
So 13s A travelled to Hawk Green.
I didn't go over there because I was helping the 13s B manager. I was training up to score on Play Cricket, so I stayed here and watched the 13s B in a good contest against Hollingworth. Some new cricketers, but the 13s A had a really good performance over. From what I understand, I've only heard the stories and seen the scorecard. A comfortable 70-odd run victory at Hawk Green.
79 runs. So Dinting A 146 plays 77 for Hawk.
For the reports I hear back were just the difference between the two sides. They lost too many wickets.
Yes.
We took a lot of wickets, obviously. And that 13s team, the A team, will take some beating. We'll come on to the next round of the Derbyshire, the County Cup soon. But they're a good set. And what goes in age groups and cyclical, they grow up together and they develop together. But that needs to be pursued.
Yes, of course.
Because if you stand still, then you get found wanting, which we'll talk about again later with the 15s.
Yes.
But yeah, good win. Narrow defeat for the Bees, but the Bees are basically the 11s. Under 11s. Hollingworth are a useful outfit. They've got some older girls because girls can play 2 years down.
Below, yeah.
So yeah, but again, you don't want walkover wins as a junior. So I think it was 10 or 15 run defeat for Dinting.
Yeah. Gabe playing 2 wicket keepers.
Yeah, well, they swap wicket keepers halfway through.
Right. Max Clark, Ryan Clark, captain. Naughty Ryan, as you'll, if you're familiar with Dinting.
My mate, Naughty Ryan.
The Naughty Ryan, probably the worst thing people did calling in Naughty Ryan because
he seems to play up to it. Yeah. But listen, he's a good cricketer. He's
like his brother.
He's a grandson of the president, Eddie.
Brother of Charlie. Yeah. He will go on to.
Uncle Ped played at the cricket club for many years as a very good cricketer, so he's got a lot to live up to. But yeah, a decent week for the 13s.
Speaking of decent cricketers, we forgot a game.
We forgot a game.
We forgot the home game that's live on Frogbox on Saturday, and that was our second 11's debut.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, we skipped past that. I thought we was going to say that for the grand finale.
We'll save it for the grand finale. We'll finish talking about the 15s.
Yeah. The 15s. So Wednesday we went to Glossop in the County Cup, and this 15s team were under 13s 2 years ago, obviously, and got to the County Cup final with a really good side, and the same team virtually. But we got taught a cricketing lesson, not in terms of skills and ability, but in terms of cricket nous and cricket knowledge. That I saw Ben Wilson, a good friend of mine and former captain here, Adam's son. Fantastic group. It was at Derbyshire, but he was the captain. But they had 6 or 7 leaders on the pitch, and we were found wanting. They only got 101, but we were 20 short. But in reality, we were a generation short. Is what it felt like. I was umpiring a game, and it hurt to see that the progression ability-wise is good. Yeah. But there's more to cricket than hitting the ball and bowling the ball, isn't there? There's thinking about the game. So,
there's mental toughness.
There's just the expectations in the field and the talk in the field. They had 6, 7 captains
waiting for the ball.
We had Jacob and Riley, who were very quiet lads, trying to tell people where to field, and it was a little bit painful in the end, if I'm honest. Yeah. Which is a shame because they've got so much talent in that dressing room with the 15s, but they just. Obviously, the 15s B couldn't get a team out because a lot of them 15As, so that game here was conceded by the Bs. So effectively, the 15As did win that night.
Okay, through default. Yeah, but no, it's a learning curve. Obviously, they're still at the younger age, aren't they? For majority.
Yeah, I mean that's a difficult thing trying to explain to them that cricket's not about whacking the ball and bowling the ball and catching the ball. There's more to cricket than that, and everyone just assumes it's that. And I think they were a little bit naive in assuming that it wasn't that. Yeah. But listen, it's a learning curve, as you say.
It's a tough mental lesson in it because there's a 2-year gap between it. But so like the ones that have progressed in growth, kind of / puberty. Yeah. It shows, doesn't it? In that
you can tell. You can tell because
you've gone from 5 foot something to nearly 6 foot, and it's.
But a big shout out, Big Al bowled that night. He bowled 2 long ups. He bowled from my end. His first over the game. Yeah. And he bowled 2 long ups, got whacked, and I thought he's going to want to come off here. And I said, well, just get through this over and just try the top end. Anyway, he bowled this next ball, and I hate giving LBWs under 15s, even though applying the law, and I did. And he bowled this beautiful full in swinger that just hit the guy in front of middle and off and was hitting middle and leg because it was. I was just so regrettably, I had to put my finger up. Remember that Andy Carrick against the West Indies when he got 4 wickets in 4 wickets in 5 balls, something like that. It was just ridiculously like that. But he just beats himself up. But what a bowler! He just needs an injection of confidence.
Undergoing coaching, though. So
Well, that's it. He's getting at it. Jacob Townley batted brilliantly that night. destructive but patient as well. Managed to get obviously with some youngsters in there, it's difficult because they've not got the power of the elder people. So, but listen, there's a lot of learning done on that night.
You left with Jacob batting brilliantly. So
the 13s went out for revenge in the County Cup at Glossop last night. It won't be on play cricket because the dates are all out of sync.
Oh, that's good.
So I weren't there. I was umpiring the under-19s here last night. But from what I understand, a very, very comprehensive fixture. I don't know the ins and outs. 140 played 50-60. But again, we can't read too much into that because the kids, they're developing. Let's have a look in 2 years' time. But very good progression in the County Cup. I think they go to somewhere stupid next round, like Sandy Acre. And then obviously the 19s last night. The 19s played Broady up here. Some super talented kids. They're not kids, are they anymore?
I wanted to leave them, but we'll go to it because I wanted to leave them.
I'm in my flow. Again, I was umpiring, but it was a pleasure to umpire. Really nice set of lads. Bit of Mickey taking between friends, but they all know each other. A few of them go to college together. So really good standard of cricket. You could probably put it between Division 1, Division 2, first team, second team cricket as a general rule. And you look at the names involved: Alfie, Ollie's, Charlie, Riley, Jacob, Frankie Gabriel, and Alfie's got a mate from college, Jamie Cotton, who come in, looked very good with the ball.
So he replaced Dan Jones, who was good with the bat last week.
Yeah, Big Al played but didn't do anything. Apparently he didn't want a ball. Big Al, come on, man. Come on, Al, we'll have it. You need to back yourself, mate.
Mr. Maltby.
Ollie Maltby was fantastic with the bat last night. And I said, and in the field, and I said to Alfie, who's this new lad we've signed? Should bring him on Saturday. Because it genuinely is chalk and cheese to what we see on Saturday. We see a grumpy teenager on a Saturday, don't we?
Yes.
Who looks like he don't want to be there. And what I saw last night was somebody who wants to be there. And you can't blame the environment. It's a cricket environment. The people are different.
The genuine persona around the first team is quite good at the moment. I think we're quite optimistic and quite positive. So it's not like it's not
coming into a negative dressing room, is he? So, but yeah, that fantastic. Well, didn't give a chance, and got his 50 retired. Bowling was good from both teams.
A lot of 0 point economy rates by looking at that, which is obviously if you're not familiar with the 100.
I think that economy rate, because it's not overs, it's balls.
Yes.
So that would be why it's zeros.
Still very good. Yeah. I mean, that's your economy in the 5 balls that you're allowed to bowl, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If you're not familiar with the new ECB trend of the 100-ball cricket, you get to bowl 5 balls. You can bowl. Can you bowl the 10 in this? Can you bowl?
Yeah, you can bowl full 10. Yeah.
So you can bowl 10 back to back. That doesn't happen very often. That's merely because
it's up to the captain. But Alfie's a great leader out there.
Yeah.
I think he reads the situation, he reads the ball, he reads the batter, and he switches as and when he sees fit. So now we can move back to the second team.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'll take back my podcast. It's fine.
Well, you asked me if you want to
leave. So, quite a young second 11, isn't it?
I mean, for me, don't read too much into it. Hayfield with 3 or 4 missing, massive, and 3 or 4 cricketers turned out who wouldn't normally turn out to cricket, which is great that they've done that. Because they've facilitated the game of cricket for some youngsters, which is fantastic. Full credit to Hayfield. Probably not the preferred 11, definitely not the preferred 11, but they've turned the team out, which is what we're all here to do. So we bowled first and restricted Hayfield to 90 odd. Was it
91 for
91.
They only play 40 overs now, don't
they? Yeah. So decent bowling performance, some good pickups from the.
It's a shame that, isn't it? Because that 1 wicket changes you into a 20-point, an 18-point game there.
But again, didn't know the rules before the start of the game, so. bowl them out in the overs allotted. We play 40 overs in the cup, so but again the cup's a win lose sort of game. But then I forget the wickets. Charlie got a couple.
Darren opens the bowling.
Darren Stowell, sometimes known as Lewis.
Depends if he has his glasses on.
Yeah.
2 for 10 off 7.
There's one person who's massively impressed with this winter. It's Darren.
Yeah, effort.
Not just nets. He's been here. We give him a strimmer one afternoon. We were all cracking on doing some painting. We give him a strimmer. We had a couple of beers, and then he just appeared from like the wilderness about 3 hours later. He said, "Knighty, the blade's gone." He'd literally worn the blade to nothing, and he'd trimmed all the waistland over the back. So, but things like that, they're absolutely unmentioned in cricketing terms. But I think you reap what you sow, what you put in, what you get out, and it's
gives everything, doesn't it? There's no holding back with.
And he's really improved the ball. He's really improved the ball. I think he's put yard of pace on, and he's got rid of that horrible beamer that used to bowl. Yeah,
he's replaced it with a bloody brilliant Yorker.
Yeah,
that's why.
Well, exactly, and that's a sign of a good cricketer. So fair play to him.
And matched only through the difference in maidens with Charlie Clark, the returning lad.
Yeah, Charlie, really good cricketer. Struggles with his back here and there, which is worrying at such a young age. You want waiting to get us to at my age, but really talented cricketer with bat and ball. Doesn't appreciate how talented he is, but fully deserved, and he should be pushing for first team cricket.
Others in the wicket: Finley Draper, 3 for 17.
Finn does what it is. He's a Ronseal, does what it says on the tin, line and length. Asks questions, gets rewards.
Going at just under 2 and over, which is very good. Ruben, new wood onto the scene.
Yeah, I saw the club needs some more woods. We've got about. I go for play cricket. I think we've got about 27 woods. I exaggerate. I think we've got about 8. But Ruben's a really good cricketer. Yeah, bat and ball. Great to see him getting involved in the second team.
1 for 17 off 5, which is very good. Yeah. And obviously Witchill taking his first wicket. And then we have a very mature batting innings of left-hand opening batsman
Young
Riley.
Knight. That might be where I'm going wrong.
40.
I might try batting left-hand.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I've watched the highlights back. Give it a couple of chances late on, but from what I saw, he was reasonably destructive to the bad ball and solid to the good ball.
Only 6'4", so he wasn't trying to hit it.
No. He accumulated rather than bashed his way. Ably supported by Jacob, another fantastic cricketer who's been at Cheshire all winter. Really patient innings. Give a couple of wickets away later on, but that's cricket sometimes.
You can take that, can't you?
We're picking the airs, splitting the airs out of a decent performance. Very good win.
I mean, any game where you're not seeing Glenn Draper hold the bat.
Well, I bet the cricketers in the Hayfield side was kept looking up and going, "Don't get another wicket, don't get another." Because then we'll get Glenn out here. So yeah.
So last but not least, go to ladies. Just come back fresh from the manga.
They were fresh. They weren't fresh.
No. You reckon that was a
hangover game? To be fair, they've been promoted, haven't they? And going undefeated last year was a great effort. But they got into Division 1 and came up against. I watched 15-20 minutes before I had to ship Riley off to his Cheshire training.
Yeah.
But they're a well-drilled team.
All Gossip.
Yeah, all Gossip. And I didn't see much of it, but looking at the scorecard, they just had a bit much for our ladies. But again, they'll live and learn, the ladies, because that's what they do. They learn on the feet, and they'll be better for it.
So. More wickets, so they're positive in that respect. But can't say harsh, because I wasn't here, but 34 runs is quite a sizable margin.
Yeah, that's that sort of version of cricket. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't have any scores to go off, so I can only say.
Well, I uploaded
the score that you see just before this is the scores, and that's all I have. But if you Have any in line?
No, I have. I got given a school card to upload, and it was written by one of the ladies who tried her best on a piece of paper, and it might as well be written in hieroglyphics. is what I'll tell you. But what it is.
They move on, and then hopefully a lesson learned, and one not to take too much. Let's go to the league. We went different ways this week, so we weren't together for the 6 games that we look at. Broadbottom versus Stalybridge. 259 for 6, plays 114 all out, which we said would most likely happen. So we both went for Broadbottom in this in this fixture.
Even though they've lost a few, they'll be good at home. So yeah, we went for that.
Good to see. Walshy in the runs.
Good lad, good cricketer. Joe Broad's got a few.
Farhan Goose, not heard of him, but 65 off 62 opening the bat.
Not sure I like these newbies. Don't know much about
them, but Gun Ho, 14 fours in his 104 strike rate, knock off 65.
Sounds like my type of player, I like that.
Joe Bruv, patient as ever, 75 off 94. Good. Yeah. We know what Joe's about. He's a steady player and he takes his time, doesn't he?
Yeah, very useful.
And then brother could be No Man Goose, 51 off 56. So same tactic, hit the ball.
Whack it. Love it.
Which
absolutely
at Brody is not a bad tactic.
Yep. Have I told you that I miss Brody away?
No, that's really
again
really
this year.
good.
It's the only place I can actually reach the boundary now.
You got Hayfield.
Yeah. Well,
Square.
Only playing the V though, me. Only playing the V.
You get one straight. Get the park end straight, don't you? Again, I know a little bit about Stalybridge, but looking at the bowling figures, it's not pleasant reading and sure one to forget for them. And then batting.
Yeah, move on. It's not been pretty for them.
It's not been pretty there, has it? It's a good hammering. Only batting 29 overs is obviously a shortfall. 12 of them being.
You got the wickets for Brody.
You're probably not going to be too surprised to know that Mr. Gull 3 wickets again.
Very useful. Yorker bowler.
Oscar Pratt.
Oscar bowled here yesterday. Got a yard of pace, bit erratic, but that comes with youth. But yeah, useful bowler.
And then wicket shared between Cameron, Peterson, No Man Goose, Seb, and then Joe.
Big shout out to Cameron's new hairstyle as well. Saw him last night.
Seen it. Is it good?
It looks like a light bulb.
Oh.
Yeah. But he can do a backflip, so he's cool. He's cool by me.
I don't think I actually put a prediction in for this one, but I probably would have gone with you with Hayfield on this. Bulls, bat first, 167 all out in 38, which you'd probably thinking
is it enough?
It's warning signs.
Yeah.
Hayfield's probably.
We were talking about this when we were sat watching our demise at Old Glossop, and
yes,
generally it's not enough, but Hayfield are obviously still a couple short of where they want to be. Great to see Digby back playing.
Yes,
we said this last week. Digby, Hayfield is generally hard to beat at home, but Hayfield are going through transition. They've got a few missing. We saw their second team up here, and they had 3 or 4 unrecognisables. But
welcome back both Wyatts Digby into the side. Australian Aaron Osterley, 4 for 46 off his 10.
He looked half useful up here. He didn't hit his straps, I don't think, but he might be a useful cricketer.
Jojo didn't bowl, but batted at 3.
Strange. Might be carrying an injury. Who knows? We got called for beating an understrength Hayfield, didn't we? By a certain cue. But they're still under strength from where they'd like to be, I think. But they're still a useful side.
But to follow up at home, 89 all out in 27 overs.
Did they got 89 against us, did they?
Yeah.
They must like that score.
Yeah, it's not.
I'd recommend
not
liking.
best score.
I'd recommend liking a higher score.
Yeah,
that'd be best to win.
try and like over 160.
But again, listen, they won't be there for that. They've got too much class. Both the seniors and the youngsters coming through, they've got too much class.
We spoke about him, the Duke.
The Duke.
3 for 21.
You just can't keep him out of cricket. He keeps telling me he's retired every year. That's me, I'm done. And then he turns up and gets everyone out every year. So.
We also mentioned him in the first podcast, the left arm, and that's returned.
Dan
Waterhouse, 5 for 11 off
Steady.
6. Not putting too much into Hayfield's coffin. 11 extras in that total as well. So it's still really bleak, which we know can come and bite people back in the eyes if you do underrate them. So we'll leave that with them. We went split on this one. You went a Tintwistle win away.
At Grove, yeah.
And I went for the home team, Hazel Grove.
I was trying to make some friends.
So we'll just...
Yeah.
One on the board for me. Not a shameful prediction.
It wasn't a walkover, was it? By any means.
Tintwistle batted first and lost the toss and got put into bat by Hazel Grove, which said was the battle of the toss, didn't we? So 149 for 9 off their 45, playing 150 for 8. So could have easily gone wrong for Hazel Grove.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a rebuild in the middle order.
We didn't curse Maney this week, did he? Did he get any?
Maney decided to turn up and got 21 more than...
That's because we didn't talk about him.
He also batted for 45 balls more.
Oh, boring.
Yeah. Atlee looks like the same kind of cricket, likes hitting the boundary, 25 off 20. Dan Weston, patient as ever, 33 off 87. And then I think it was just regular wickets. I think we got none for Dominic, none after his 6 for. 3 for Colm, 2 for Tom, and then 3 for Charlie Higson, a relatively unknown young cricketer, but steady little medium pacer.
I think I remember our 15s playing against me 3 or 4 years ago, Alfie's lot, and I remember the name. So when you generally remember a name, they stand out, don't they? So it's good. But 2-wicket win is a 2-wicket win. We'd have given anything for that on Saturday.
Yeah.
Wasn't to be. So well done. Fair play.
Mr. Weston in the wickets. Tom Scott as ever.
Yeah, very useful cricketers.
Unfortunately for them, it is a loss like ourselves. New Mills, Pot Shrigley, we both went away.
Yeah, well, we put a lot on Simon, didn't we, for this?
Yes.
And to be fair, the predictions are difficult.
Because it is close.
You've just scrolled down that there, and how many bolds are there on that scorecard?
Let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of the 9.
That just caught my eye then when you're scrolling down. I didn't notice that before, but that tells me there's been some poor cricket shots made.
The also worrying part of that is that you go Tom Fletcher 68, Simon 31, Anderson Fitter 59, then possession of 3, 2, 8, 1, 0, 0. 2 first ballers in a row, and then 4 and 5 not out. So, I mean, still a respectable total. You'll take it 199.
Yeah, maybe they're chasing a bigger score, which can happen.
Josh Stevens, no wickets. That is very unlike.
They also got a few, did he?
No, Sam. Oh yes, he did 4 for 42. So definitely, we'll go on to it, but definitely man of the match performance from
he got a few with a stick as well. Obviously, a useful cricketer. We don't know. 5
for Sam Kilner, successfully in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, well, it looks like the Aussie's quite a destructive player, which is good. That's what we want to see. Someone coming out to play cricket and not hang around, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, other than him, you've got a couple that have kind of gone. You've got one that's gone with him, which is Theo Proctor, 22.
Yeah, young lad. Theo's in Riley's Cheshire district squad.
Yeah.
So I watched him quite a lot in the winter. He looks a really good more of a bowler,
Yeah.
but he can bat. Don't get me wrong. Looks a useful cricketer.
But Todd outshining everybody. 119 off 62 balls.
Fair play. Well done, Todd. Man of the
11
match.
sixes. That is outrageous.
Wallop, fetch.
But well done to New Mills. Let's move on swiftly. Whaley Bridge versus Newton. You went home win.
Yeah, I fancied Whaley at home. I think Whaley would be a good side at home. And Newton, like we said the other week, in a difficult transition period where when they've got 3 or 4 who can still win a game and they need to come off. And if they don't, then they'll be in trouble. But they've come off, which is fair play to the boys.
And I think we'll take credit as well, shall we?
We are Johnny Mercer.
210, and we said Johnny Mercer.
He's not an opening
batsman.
Johnny knows a pint.
Comes in at number 4, 71 of 101 balls.
Yeah, you've got us to thank for that. We got all of them.
We taught you down. Callum Williams ably assisting 48 of 32. George Ashworth, he is the weirdest cricketer.
George
Ashworth. I don't know how.
Oh yeah.
He just hits the biggest sixes.
Yeah, he monster balls it. Yeah.
Points for Whaley Bridge. 4 wickets for Henry Holden. 3 for the ever-present Eddie Ford. So left arm.
Just keeps picking him up. It's like the Duke. Just keeps throwing it up there. People keep chipping it up. Gets his wicket.
Saying what it's going to be and how you're going to play him.
Yeah.
And then 41 overs they batted. So pretty much the same as Newton. To want to get 132, you'd be quite disappointed with. Looking at some of that there, it looks like it's going to be a fully man of the match performance from the captain himself. 2 for 11 off 6.
Man of the match. Again, Johnny, that's 2 pints. That is, definitely. We talked him into it.
But then we do have 3 wickets from a certain last name that has made England under 19.
Not a Barnard.
A Barnard, which is young Cameron.
Cameron, I forget what he bowls. He doesn't bowl left-hand spin, I don't think, like Charlie. Listen, they're a good cricket family. I remember.
For that opponent, so I think that was 2-0 to me. So, week 1 in predictions. RN. Sorry?
Right, okay.
I know you'll come back ever present. You will.
I'm coming for you.
This week's section, so we'll start at Speedwell as Tim Whistle welcomed Broadbottom. Big change in results. So
yeah. Broadly looked good on paper last week. I just think Tinsel will be very hard to beat at home with Scotty and Western. I'm going to home win.
I'm going to agree. Good luck to both again. Staley Bridge versus New Mills. Good clash for Staley Bridge. Probably third game.
You can go first on this one. I'll let you lead.
Staley Bridge are at home. Again, it just depends who's coming from New Mills, because they could have enough bowling to blow them away, and then it only takes a steady batting performance, doesn't it? So, if New Mills bring that bowling attack again, I'm going to go New Mills.
I'm going to say New Mills. Looks like the Aussies hit his straps. They'll just have too much for Staley Bridge. So, yeah, New Mills for me.
Pot Shrigley welcome Hayfield. Hayfield got a bounce back here, haven't they? So, probably not the worst game, but
I think this is a perfect game for Hayfield to bounce back for.
Yeah.
Again, availability for Hayfield is going to count for a lot. I think if they get your Woodies, your Russ Evans, your Digby's, your Wyatts, and people like that,
flowing,
if they get
welcoming back, Josh will hopefully be a good one if they get it. But.
So I'm just going to say Hayfield will nick that. Again, a lot depends on the Potts regular lads. If Simon hits his straps, you can't. Yeah. There's not a pitch or bowling attack good enough to contain him. But I'm just going to say Hayfield on the law of averages of they've got a little bit more depth.
Yeah, again, it's like what we said about New Mills. I think it's just what team turns up. If your ideal team from Hayfield to turn up, I'm likely to agree with you. But I might throw the wild card and say that Pot have had a good start.
Yeah, very good.
Unfortunate to get beat last week, but I think he bats well at their place.
Generally at their place, he gets runs, doesn't he? Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a Pot Shrigley win.
Okay.
Newton and Hazel Grove.
You're up first.
I tell you what, it's going to be one of them, innit? It's going to be the battle of that old Liz going up in the air and seeing what happens. But Newton showed resilience, but think if they have the full bowling attack, it could be a little bit too much. So I'm going to go with Hazel Grove away.
I'm going to go against you there, just to be controversial. I think Newton will have enough at home.
Yeah.
As long as Johnny doesn't open the batting. Johnny, stay in that middle order, mate. But yeah.
And the final game, Dove versus Old Gossip, which is
probably the game of the round, isn't it?
Top of the table.
Game of the round, two very, very good sides. Dove are at home.
Again, it's one of them. It depends what Old Gossip turn up, because you can have the Old Gossip that's turn up and wipe the floor with us, or you can have the kind of an average setup.
I mean, Old Gossip might hate me for saying this, but I just see that Old Gossip are a very good bowling attack. They've got a lot of options covered.
Yeah.
The two slowies, the two openers, young Tom Lane as well. Yeah. So they've got 3 quicks, 2 slowies. And I think he did. He didn't bat or bowl. But I watched him in the 19s. He's a useful cricketer. So they've got a good bowling attack. My worry for them is, if they lose early wickets, have they got a middle order?
Yeah.
So, but they've not been tested yet. I'm sure they have, because Jamie's got it, and Jamie can hold the bat. Let's not get it. Rob Adley can hold the bat. Let's not. But I just think, through getting over the line situation, I just think Dove's just going to have a bit too much for him. Listen, that's the game of the round. Yeah. And if I weren't playing, that's where I'd spend my Saturday.
Yeah.
Also, because they sell Angelo Perotti on draft, which is a mean pint. But
again, we don't like drinking.
Yeah, so we're not much of the drinking culture here.
They're formidable at home, aren't they? Really, but they have the tendency to have.
If they're on the bar again, like they were at Hayfield, 180 at Hayfield, whatever, they'll get punished off Old Glossop.
They've got some depth.
But
Harrison Webb's still not turned in yet.
Yeah, the missing man. He should have been the missing link. But Dan Jones has been playing, hasn't he?
Dan Jones has been playing, yeah. So I hope they're not just saving him for Dan Jones not playing.
Yeah, well, yeah. If they are, it's a luxury that they can afford.
They can afford, yeah. So welcome Ford back last week. But yeah, I'm with you. I think they could get a score on there very, very easily, and then Critch, Gilly, Dave can come and take the game away from you.
The Duke and Dan
Waterhouse,
well.
That left arm can cause some problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that roundup done. So I'll note them down, and we'll see where we are next week. Hopefully you get back in. But, well, not hopefully for me. I want to win it. So hopefully I make it 2-0. Plug our May cricket camp, don't we? So
yeah.
Yeah. Two fantastic coaches in James and Riley going to take on
it's a summer holiday. Yeah. It's the Whit Week holiday. So to fill 3 days of that half term, what we've said is Riley and James are going to run a summer camp for 3 days, 9 till 3 up here.
Yeah.
Obviously weather dependent, but you need to get booked on because there's only limited spaces. There's 16 spaces, of which, around about 6 or 8 have been taken. So once they're gone, they're gone. £15 for Dinting members, £20 for non-members. You will benefit massively as a young cricketer from these two guys. They're really, really good.
And parents don't. It's cheaper than any childcare.
Yeah, you find me childcare for what, £3 an hour?
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
No.
So listen, they'll be in good hands. So get in touch with James.
Yeah.
He's taking the bookings if you're interested in that.
Also, with that coming up at Dinting this week, we have 2 home games for the first 11. So, first 11 welcome Whaley Bridge on on Saturday. Should be a good game. Hopefully, we bounce back very quickly, and we hit our straps. Got a very strong 11 out, which I'll show you in a second. And then followed straight back up with the Bissenden Cup here against Hazel Grove. With the same 11, which
probably the first time in living memory that I've ever seen a senior team at this level turn out a Saturday and Sunday team with the same 11.
Yes.
Like say, things can change. I might phone you on Saturday night saying I'm well too pissed to play.
No,
but in all seriousness, it's great. It's testament to the guys who are involved in the dressing room and the club to say, yeah, I'm committing to 2 games. And the buy-in that you've got from the players and the players have given you back, that's what we want.
Yeah.
Chopping and changing, having 3 changes, 4 changes.
Yeah. It's hard work. Second team travel on the road to Buxworth. I believe the last time second team captain batted at Buxworth.
I can imagine it was a mess.
158.
And I bet he only batted about 15 overs. I mean, if you're going to get a ground, well, there's not a ground in the league big enough for Glenn. And Glenn obviously played and captained on Saturday, didn't bat himself because he's all about developing the kids, and the kids have come to fruition. I think he'll try and hold himself back again on Saturday. He's not one of these who wants the spotlight. He's going to go out and open a bat and try and get 3 million.
He will assess it.
Yeah,
obviously, if they lose quick wickets, it's not going to benefit anybody.
He's not going to throw kids in front of a ball.
The Lion, They travel to local. It's probably more local than anywhere, isn't it?
It's local for me. It's 500 yards up the road.
So they go to Hollingworth, who have a pretty strong second team.
Good second team. They've beat some good sides.
Yeah.
Got some wild little foxes. A few talented Asian cricketers who obviously make up a decent amount of the club. Hollingworth's my boyhood club. I'm the ball sponsor for that day as well. So someone from the second team needs to pick my drink up from there as well and bring it.
Are they offering the same as us?
Yeah. They need to bring it here.
They follow us on most social media. They like our TikTok.
Yeah, they're good crew up at Hollingworth. Jack Schofield and the guys are doing a great job.
Jack's ball sponsor for us.
Yeah, Jack's. So I return the favour. Yeah, our second team will take some beating. They've got some good youngsters. Any team with Glenn in is going to be good. And the likes of, is Darren playing both days?
Darren's playing both days.
Darren at second team level, at first team level, he's a good cricketer. He should be too quick. He should be blowing opening batsmen and tails away.
Double.
4-win weekend. But
that can come back to bite you very much in.
Listen, I'm a bold man. I know, and I'm backing the people involved.
I back the people involved. I'm just not going to put my pennants in it.
You sit on the fence.
I'll sit here.
You sit on the fence.
And then on next week's episode, I'll say I was saying that in my head, and that'll be good.
Well, I'll say it out loud because I'm a gobshite. I am a gobshite, and I back the people involved. In previous years, I'm not going to say it. I will be disappointed if we didn't get 4 wins from 4.
Yeah.
Or at least 3 from 4 this weekend. That's how. Not confident I am about the actual games, but the individuals involved from our side. We can't control what their sides are around, what the pitch and what everything else. But the individuals involved.
We've got to stay confident.
Yeah, of course.
Which is good. So, just a quick run over the junior setup. So, Sunday, the under-11s welcome Charlesworth at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Apparently there's bacon butties on this week, which will be a lifesaver.
I might come up.
So bacon butties and coffee from 10 o'clock. Then we follow them immediately, obviously, don't we?
Yeah, and then we follow them straight away on Frogbox Live, which is good all weekend.
All weekend. You might as well leave it rolling. No, don't leave it rolling, because when you see me stumbling out of here about 1:30 on Sunday morning.
The 13s, travel away to Charlesworth and Chisworth CC. And the under 13B hopefully got a team.
Yeah, 13s are fine. 13s are fine.
Against Newton.
Yeah.
Which you'll see all over our social media with the week coming up. And then ladies hoping to bounce back against Stalybridge ladies softball team.
Yeah, they're away this weekend.
Away
week, aren't they? Yeah.
At 6. You're saying 6:30, but I believe they start at 6:15.
I think they just play it by ear.
Yeah, I think they drink prosecco and just hope that they play cricket at some point.
I don't think they play. I just think they create a scorecard and just get pissed, which is fair play to them.
Yeah,
I think should we do the same?
Yeah. I think we've got a bit more of an obligation toward that.
That was very disappointing.
Wednesday, under 15s A welcome Broadbottom.
Yeah, should we go game 15s A? Were poor last week, and I grilled them in the change. The Bees, we've got a committee meeting, a selection meeting straight after this. The Bees are struggling for numbers. We've had 5 dropouts from the start of the season. So,
is that down to football?
Football and 2 unwilling to play basketball. When did basketball become a sport in this country?
I played basketball when I was a youngster. Quite enjoyed it actually. Played Saturday morning.
Would you put it over cricket?
No, because luckily I played Saturday morning, so it never really affected me. But if they do play, and
listen, we'll assess the numbers. We try and facilitate cricket for any numbers we can possibly.
They are travelling to Stalybridge, and then the only undefeated team in the club.
Yeah, the only ones left are 19. So all down to umpire.
They welcome Newton into Simonley, starting at 6 o'clock on Thursday, where Alfie and the boys will hopefully keep up the good run of form in the 100-ball format. Yeah,
been really impressed with the 19s. Last 2 games have been really good, so long may that continue.
Events coming up, so we have the earliest one I can think of is it the Players' Day?
Ex-Players' Day. Pete Brightmore, obviously far and away abroad in Bahrain, has put down the 1st of June for a former Players' Day, ex-Players' Day. Listen, you don't even need to have played. If you've watched a junior game along the way,
grown up around
here, there'll be a lot of old friends joining here. It's the same day we play Timmersall, so there should hopefully be some decent cricket on show. There's food throughout the day. Yeah. There's a band at night. There's food at night. Everyone welcome. Anyone associated with the club. Sponsors. If you sponsored a ball in 1994, you're welcome.
Yeah.
If you bowled 3 balls in a social game in 2003, you're welcome. Pete's very kindly organised this from all the way over in Bahrain, and hopefully it'll be a good day.
Yeah, and then we'll plug it now because it's a big event of the calendar. We've booked in a summer party for the 27th of July, which is Saturday. Theme to be considered at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're going to look at like a family fun day and ladies' day,
burger van or
pizza van, something like that. So yeah, we'll confirm more, but that's one for the diary.
We will be making posters of everything shortly, but one to pencil into your diary quite early on is that we want everybody here.
There's nowhere else to be
to celebrate. Hopefully, July weather keeps up to form, and it is an absolute scorcher. So. Plenty of beer on sale. We're going to do something in terms of spirit, aren't we?
Themed cocktail spiced rum.
We haven't decided on the full theme yet, have we? So
because I love spiced rum, but I'll be playing. So the skipper doesn't agree with drinking spiced rum while you're playing.
Or Madry.
Or anything really.
No.
It's just a miserable. But we'll have some sort of themed day, cocktails, spiced rum. More details were confirmed in due course.
As ever, we'll welcome any advertisements for podcasts, match balls, games for the club. They're all available. Contact us to discuss any opportunity that you want. We've got boards that can go all the way around this huge ground, so don't feel like that any space can't be utilised here. And as ever, thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe, like, share with all your friends, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.